environment demonstrates professionalism and accountability to the student body. Let it be resolved that the undergraduate student government shall allocate up to $1,000 for the purchase of office supplies. Let it be further resolved that all unspent funds shall be returned to the budget.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Yes.
What office supplies
So it would be cleaning supplies, some of the stationery that we have in the office. We do have other things we use, so printer inks and stuff, like basically just maintaining an office for students and for representatives usually.
I was just asking. I guess it's printing.
Yeah, and it's for the whole school year, not just one semester.
President Nathan?
To further that, I think, so something we do is, like, for example, for our events, sometimes we'll print within the office, sometimes we outsource it for Staples for more professional printing. So that printer ink is on the more expensive side, so that's why it covers kind of anything throughout the entire year. It's also the opportunity, sometimes we have meetings, we bring administrators, we bring students in, so having certain amenities just for the folks we bring in is also an opportunity to do so with this program.
Yeah.
Do we have a specific vendor for supplies, or do we just go with it?
We usually go to Amazon for most of the office supplies.
Okay. So, since there are no further questions, we will be voting on this next week. So now we have Bill 2025 F3 5001. Can I please have a chief sponsor read this?
Yeah, so Bill 2025 F3 5001 Fall 2025 Catering and Room Reservation Allocation. Whereas it is constitutionally mandated for USG to conduct general body meetings at a minimum of 8 times a semester. The size and operations of USG general body meeting require space beyond what the office can provide. Whereas the general body meetings are provided catering for members, then let it be resolved that the undergraduate student government shall allocate up to $3,000 to fund catering services and cover any room costs for the fall 2025 semester. Let it be further resolved that all unspent funds after the last general body meeting shall be returned to the budget.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Yes.
So catering, I understand, but what would we need room costs for? We have.
Usually the mic and the projectors are cost money to rent.
Is the food gonna be the same, or is it like really?
No, so we do it through UIC Catering, so they have different menu items and we'll usually switch it every single week. Yeah, so in my report I have a Google form, which is basically if you have any dietary restrictions, please fill that out as soon as you can so we can accommodate to everyone's dietary needs.
Yes.
As for the catering options, are we not making UIC's catering? Because do they offer like all the dietary restrictions? They didn't try to find any of them.
Yeah, so for our general body meetings, we'll just go through catering, UIC Catering, because it works out easier, and they usually provide it a week out, so if you were to have catering for next Monday, we'll order it today and have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question to those who previously served on USG. Like, is 3,000? I mean, what was the, I guess, budget in past years? And do you think that would be enough for all of us? Because we do have like a sizable amount of people in this room, so I'm just curious.
Yeah, usually like looking at last year's bills and what we allocated, so it usually comes out to around $350 to $400 per meeting for the cost, and that usually covers this. Is covered under the $3,000 for this semester, and we'll pass another bill for the spring semester later on.
Yes.
Do we get to say like what kind of food we have, or if we do have food and then maybe we like it a lot, can we say that we would like it again?
Yeah, you can give it open to recommendations, suggestions.
Yes.
I'll just add in here that I was treasurer a couple of years ago, and this is back when we had a different dining service company. We used to allocate $6,000 every semester because they were just so much more expensive. We were paying $500, $600 every single meeting just to feed every person in here. So $3,000 is a little bit surprising to me. It feels low, but treasurer calculated it out. But another point to your point about catering from outside, UIC Dining has a contract where any events on campus that are in a building, in a room, it has to be catered by UIC Catering. So we're binded by that, we have no choice.
Right, but when it comes to like specific restrictions, can UIC dining, do they have the ability to go through like specific places that they don't have like a small pool, they have the ability to go out?
Yes, absolutely, it's probably best to give them enough time so they can order in advance, but they have all the vendors for everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna chime in here. So in previous years, the bill is done by 6,000 for the academic year. However, this year, I made the decision to do it by semester. So that's why we'll see another bill similar for the spring semester once again. So we're just doing a semester allocation versus a year allocation. So that's why the number is different this year, but if we do need to raise the number at some point, we can always pass another bill to amend that bill that, if passed, would be passed, to add more funds specifically. Yeah.
Okay, are there any other questions before I move on? Okay, with no further questions, we'll be voting on this bill next week. Or
Oh, no, yeah, I'm not executive order this bill.
okay, so we will be voting on this tonight. So before we vote, does anyone have any questions? Okay, with no further questions, we will proceed to voting. So all those in favor of passing Bill 2025 F3 5001, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. And does anyone abstain? The ayes have it. Bill 2025 F3 5001 has passed. So, moving further down the agenda, we have Bill 2025 F3 5002. Can I please have a chief sponsor read this?
Yeah, so Bill 2025 F3 5002, 2025 to 2026 utensils order, whereas it is constitutionally mandated for USG to conduct general body meetings at a minimum of 8 times a semester, whereas general body meetings are provided catering for members, whereas clear allocation of funds for utensils prevent over expenditure. Let it be further resolved that the undergraduate student government should allocate up to $750 for utensils. Let it be further resolved that all unspent funds shall, after the last body meeting, shall be returned to the budget. Just kind of as a follow-up, if we get the utensils through UIC Catering, they do cost a little bit more, so just to kind of mitigate that cost and allocate those funds elsewhere, we'll be ordering utensils like paper plates, forks, spoons, napkins from an external vendor.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have, President Nathan?
So ultimately, and this is actually also for events, so what we ultimately do is we would order from UIC Catering, and sometimes we wouldn't have enough plates and we would run out at events, which is a cause for concern. So to mitigate that, the goal this year is to actually order in bulk ahead of time so that we can just take a good quantity out to our events so that we can continuously have it, including also for catering at GBMs, just so that we can avoid having to spend that extra cost and save some money there.
For reference, if I remember correctly, the plates are through UIC Catering are like 65 cents each for like a paper plate, so they aren't really expensive to get through there.
Okay, yeah.
So I know you said that bills are per semester, but I see that it says 2025 to 2026. So is this $750 for the semester or for the whole year?
This one's for the whole school.
Yes.
Have we planned out the $750 for the minimum of 8 meetings a semester, or have we expanded a little bit for
Yeah, so it will cover the GBMs and also the events we have outside of the GBMs, like when we're ordering catering, but we wouldn't have to order the utensils through USC Catering, we can just use the ones we have from this order.
I'm sure you're intentional with the way you make bills. I was just wondering how, or like why this bill wasn't made from like office supplies or like catering, but like the previous bill we recently had. Is there a reason why we're making different bills for like these small? I don't want to call it small, but like these specific circumstances.
It kind of just helps us just have a clear allocation of where the money is going. Like we could group office supplies and utensils together, but we since we know we want to spend more on office supplies and more on utensils, it kind of makes it better and easier to have separate bills for them and allocate money separately.
So in the future, if we're making bills that are large, you want to like itemize and make separate bills to.
Yeah, if it's for like one particular event that you're organizing, it can be in one bill, but since office supplies would be more towards the USG office that we're using, and this one is for GBMs and outside of GBM events, this is more of a separate bill.
Yeah, that was just an example, but I just, thank you.
I can provide a little bit more context. The USG office supply bills refers to USG office. Catering and room reservations, that's just GBMs with USG. Utensils, however, is for events and for GBMs. So it covers a little bit more. So where we allocate those funds is specifically.
Yes.
Moving forward, will there be catering at every single GBM or is it specific?
So we usually have to order a week out, so I'm not sure if they'll have it for next Monday, but every single Monday after that we'll have catering.
Does anyone else have any other questions before we move on? So, since this is the first reading, we'll be voting on this next week. So, no. Since we had an amendment to our agenda, please open up Slack to see Akshot's reply of Bill. Oh, you added it? Okay. So we'll be on Bill 2025 F3 5003. Thank you. Okay, so now we have the reading of Bill 2025 F3 5003. Can I please have a chief sponsor read this?
Yeah, so Bill 2025 F3 5003, undergraduate student government budget. Whereas the undergraduate student government gets funding from the university, which needs to be properly allocated before spending. Whereas according to Article 8, Section D, Clause 8 of the undergraduate student government bylaws, the treasurer must handle all financial affairs and budgeting. Whereas according to Article 4, Section 8, Clause 2 of the undergraduate student government constitution, the treasurer must propose an annual budget by the third meeting. Then let it be resolved, the attached document will serve as the official 2025-2026 undergraduate student government budget.
Okay, thank you for the reading. Does anyone have any questions?
The budget that we have is in the replies of this Slack, so if you go to the meeting packet and then click on replies, the budget is there, and on the second page, it shows the allocation on each category.
With that, are there now any questions about this year's budget?
I will be executive ordering this bill.
Our president has executive ordered this bill, meaning we'll be voting on it tonight. So that being said, are there any questions about 2025 F3 5003, our USG budget this year? Okay, if there's no questions, we will proceed to the voting of Bill 2025 F3 5003. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say nay. Does anyone abstain? The ayes have it. Bill 2025 F3 5003 has passed. We will now be moving on to the next item on our agenda, which is items for discussion. Does anyone have any items for discussion? With no items for discussion, we will be moving along to officer and ex officio reports. So can I please have the report of the advisory?
Yeah, I'll be doing it.
Are you going to take my podium?
Yes.
Okay. Take your seat back there.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll take your gavel too. All right. Good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Carlos Mana. I'm the Associate Director of Community Standards. And again, thank you for all the questions that you asked. And that is my boss's boss. So, yes, if you were wondering. One point of clarification. We actually do have students volunteering within the Office of the Dean of Students. Specifically in community standards, we actually have students serving on our student conduct boards, and they make decisions on students who go through our process, whether it be academic integrity, behavioral misconduct, student organization misconduct, and in some cases, Title IX cases. For those students that are currently in the student conduct board, please raise your hand. If you are interested in joining, please let me know. I do all the interviews and I take charge of individuals. Nathan has done the most for most of the stuff for students, so if you need to ask him, you can ask him. If you want to know about a different experience that Nathan hasn't had done, ask Anvi, since she did a case with me about a student organization. If you want to know that experience. In regards to my role as your advisor, I'm here to best support you and advocate for you. You probably saw me last week asking questions. These are types of questions that I will ask the executive board, whether it be their initiatives and goals. If you have anything in terms of what you want to accomplish, please reach out to me, because I will ask questions. It's not because I want to shut down every dream that you have. The reason I ask these questions is these are the questions that administrators are going to ask. These are the questions Annette's going to ask. These are the questions Dr. Ginsburg is going to ask. And these are the questions Chancellor Miranda is going to ask. Because they want to know if you really thought this through. So if you have any initiatives or goals, please set up a time with me. I have an open door policy. You can meet with me anytime. So I welcome that opportunity. And then finally, what I really enjoyed this part of the meeting is y'all ask questions in regards to the bills and everything else. Please continue to do so. If you don't ask questions, I will assume that you know exactly what's going on. So if I question someone, I expect you all to know exactly what's going on. Especially since next week when we'll be presenting the USG Gala bill. So, do y'all have any questions for me? Okay, that's my report.
Far walk, okay. So, thank you so much, Carlos, for your report. Now, can we please have the report of the student trustee?
I'm coming up there too.
I'll go there, okay.
Yeah, you don't have to leave.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to a lot of your first general body meeting. Congratulations. I want to first start off, please give yourself a big round of applause. Congratulate yourself for this. My name is Quinn Basta. I'm UIC's student member of the Board of Trustees. I'll explain what that means in a second, but I want to give you guys a little background about myself and my story. So I've been in this room for 5 years now. This is my 5th year as an undergraduate at UIC. I majored in finance, been very involved in the undergraduate student government. I started off as a representative, like many of you, gave that speech right there, and got voted into the Treasury Committee. I then made my way up in the Treasury Committee. I became the treasurer, as I mentioned, then the chief of staff. Then I ran for student trustee, and this is my 2nd term on the Board of Trustees. So I want to give you guys a little bit of a message, something that's motivated me, been very important, and kept us grounded as an organization. I'm jumping through my report a little bit, but I want you all to open the link on one of my last bullet points that shows UIC's enrollment for this year. As we've heard from Annette and others, UIC is now at a record enrollment of 35,869 students. 24,260 of these are undergraduates. Now I want that number to really sit in. We're, 50 people in this room? We as a collective organization, the undergraduate student government, represent every single one of those 24,260 students. It might not seem like a big deal sitting here right now, but in reality, think about that, do the math. Each one of you represents more than 400, off the top of my head, 400 different students and the collective. So keep that in mind as you proceed throughout your term on USG. You represent every single student, every single undergraduate student at UIC. And now, there's going to be a lot of times where one student wants one thing, but that's directly contrary to what another student wants. It's not your guys' role as USG to tell one student that their belief is wrong and that another student's belief is right. It's rather your role to protect these students and protect their right to have this open dialogue and conversation with each other. We're never going to be in the position where we're telling a certain group of students that their belief is wrong and they should not believe that. Again, we need to support all of our students in whatever capacity that we can that does not shun a different group. So keep that in mind as we proceed, because this is a massive responsibility, and it's bigger than just a resume line. It's bigger than just a LinkedIn post. But this is real. We're genuinely shaping the future of this institution, and I'm sure Nathan's going to have a little bit to say about his views on the future of this institution, but it's clear that UIC is on the way up. There's a lot of opportunity. We're downtown Chicago. We've only been around for about 65 years. The school is on the up and up, and you all are playing a big role in shaping that future. So take it very seriously. Now onto my role a little bit, because every year it's a little confusing understanding what the student trustee is. So my role on paper is each one of the 3 institutions in our system, the University of Illinois system, has chancellors, they've got vice chancellors, deans, etc., leading the colleges. Each one of them has their respective chancellor. Chancellor Miranda is our chancellor. But then above these 3 chancellors is the president of the University of Illinois system, and then above the president is the Board of Trustees. The Board of Trustees convenes bi-monthly, once every 2 months, for a formal board meeting between the cities, either Chicago, Urbana, or Springfield, and they vote on the biggest policies, most broadest policies, capital development projects, tuitions, budgets, etc. So each one of our 3 universities has one student that sits on this board, and I represent UIC to the board. So we just had a meeting, what was it, last week? Yes. Time is moving fast, so it was not last week, it was 2 weeks ago. But we just had a board of trustees meeting in Urbana. We passed the budget for the system, and like I say, it was great to connect with a lot of relevant stakeholders over there in Urbana. I have a big, broad relationship with a lot of our system's leadership, as well as UIC leadership. So always keeping a tune to what's going on with the different campuses. So as far as my report goes, one thing I really want to highlight is this Wednesday, we're hosting the first event of the year. It's the Meet the Athletes event. So I think of this throughout my time at UIC, I think of this as one of our greatest opportunities as student organizations. As you all know, UIC is a primarily commuter student population, and it's very hard to make friends. It's very hard to find your community. But we have a D1 sports program and great resources, but students don't often fill the stands. We have a great opportunity to build great community around attending our athletic events, a place for students to make friends and enjoy free food and clothes and free merch, etc. So come out this Wednesday for the first event kicking off our collaborations with athletics and other partners. Meet the athletes, enjoy some free pizza, enjoy a DJ as well. It's going to be a great time from 12 to 2, and expect a whole lot more of this, because this is a big opportunity again to create a broad culture shift here at UIC. I've had a lot of meetings with the highest levels of administrators on campus, really setting the stage for this year. It's great to maintain a good relationship, so when you do need to have an ask or a conversation, the door is open. But beyond that, I lit the flame at the UIC convocation. That's where I have a sub-bullet talking about the populations of UIC. And on top of that, I'm communicating. I've met with the president of the Health Professional Student Council. As Annette mentioned, it's another governing body similar to you all, trying to build a relationship there. So I have attuned to what's going on with our graduate populations. And we also have campuses over in Peoria and Rockford, Illinois. So good to know what's going on over there. But beyond that, I'm very excited to work with you all this year. Very excited, and I want you all to know that I also have an open door policy. If any of you would like to talk to me about some of my experiences, some of the things I'm working on, some meetings with administrators, I'm always here to work with you all and to have conversations with you. Or if you simply want to know about some advice that I might have for you, but whatever, I'm here for you all. But thank you guys so much. Very excited for this year.
Thank you so much, Quinn, for your report. Can I please have the report of the president now?
Oh, it's me. Okay. Where should I start? Okay. Well, how are we feeling today?
Great.
Come on, some more energy.
Great.
We'll work on that over the course of the academic year. So, first of all, let me say this. To new representatives, welcome officially to your very first GBM number 3 of the academic school year. But it is great to have a room filled, and I'm very excited that we got some business done today, and we'll continue to do so over the course of the next couple weeks. Now, since we have everyone, this is where I'll kind of address you guys a little bit more formally now. Now, over the course of the next academic year, we have many things to tackle. It's week 6 of the semester, but we're getting started, and really that start of the school year is in full swing, and we're kind of entering that midterm season of the semester. I like to consider week 6 to kind of week 12-ish, that midterm piece. But regardless, you'll start getting your committees, you'll start working on your initiatives, and you'll start getting to do things that will make a great impact on our campus. Now, when you are a representative of USG, it's important to recognize that you are representing 24,000, more than 24,000, 24,200-ish undergraduate students. Now, that is a big role and a responsibility, and I encourage you in every decision and every path that you put yourself on over the course of this year, and when you're in regards to USG, that you think about that. How are you representing all of our students here at UIC? Now, the other piece of that is that how will you continue to advocate for your peers? How will you continue to put your best foot forward? And how will you continue to make sure that you are well informed as a representative so that you can convey the messages, the resources of what UIC offers to students and what UIC offers? And this is probably what Quinn was alluding to, is really my vision for UIC. Now, UIC is about 60 years of age. It's about 60 years old. We're just a baby at the end of the day. And I truly believe in the next 20, 30, 40 years that UIC has the potential to be the #1 public institution in this nation. But it takes changes, leaders, thought makers right now to get us towards those changes. So when you walk around UIC, identify the issues, like Annette was saying today. Ask us the questions, ask Quinn, ask me, ask Eli, ask the executive board. Bring things to our attention, because that is our role, and that is your role as a representative on the undergraduate student government. So I challenge you to do that over the course of the year. Now, I have some updates with you, and I have been in many meetings over the course of the first couple weeks of the year and throughout the summer. One of those meetings is with athletics. We've been meeting with the athletics teams and the department and also our campus partners in student affairs to really determine how we can best support athletics and continue to build this culture shift of school community. Now, I was referring it a little bit last week and the weeks before, but this Wednesday is our first event with Meet the Athletes on UH lawn from 12 to 2 p.m. That volunteer form, I believe, is in the actual, it is on my report, if you scroll down under upcoming dates. So make sure to sign up to volunteer. Please try to come out. Please try to come help us. We'll have a USG table. We'll have folks at the USG table. We'll also need some help setting up and cleaning up. We have a volleyball net or spike balls. We have another game. I don't know the name of it, but it's like you go down a cup. Any of y'all know the name? Cup pong. I guess that's what it's called. I don't know. It's bigger buckets though. I don't know what it is though. But regardless, it's just a matter of, we do have those, we have that game, so we'll take it out, we'll put it on the field, and that will be there. Like Quinn said, we'll have tons of pizza. We're ordering lots and lots and lots of pizza, so come out, meet the athletes. We'll have the big blow up Sparky there, we'll have a DJ there, it's gonna be a fun time. Repost it on your Instagrams. It was posted at UIC. The student trustee posted it, UIC USG reposted it. I encourage you to repost that to your individual accounts, to get your networks, to get your student organizations there, and let's really get a great showing of our student body at this event. Now, the second thing is I met with Nehemiah Chung, who is our director of Student Transitions and Engagement Center, so basically the commuter center, seeing how we can continue to support commuter students on our campus. I met with Sandy DeCrute. She works in the library, and that's really to target open educational resources. Open educational resources is essentially your free textbooks incentive program, and how we specifically target our professors to use for open educational resources because textbooks are super expensive. So USG has the USG Faculty Award Program that Michael will take the lead on as the Director of Student Success, but we are great partners because we work directly with the Provost's office with this initiative and continuing and incentivizing professors towards using OER, open educational resources, is a very big goal of USG that we're working towards. I met with Raul Fernandez, who's the Assistant Dean of Students, another advisor to USG. John Coronado. John Coronado is the Vice Chancellor for Administrative Services. We're talking about some really large initiatives and seeing how we can continue to support our students. Students, a really big thing is campus safety. How do we make sure our students feel safe on campus? And those were some of the conversations we had there. Lionel Allen, who's the Interim Vice Chancellor for Diversity and Equity, and really thinking about the student belonging aspect. How do we make sure all our students feel welcome on our campus? I met with Karen Colley, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. She's the Chief Academic Officer of the system, so that's where OER and spaces for our students really came into play. Also, Carlos, our advisor, we meet a lot. So, and then there's also Dr. Michael Ginsberg, who is the Special Advisor to the Chancellor for Student Affairs. Dr. Ginsberg will actually be here next Monday as our guest speaker. And again, procedures with guest speakers, devices away. So please be here and ask some really good questions. So just to kind of put this in perspective, there's USG, and our advisors to USG is Carlos and Raul. And Carlos and Raul's boss is Annette, who just came today. Annette's boss is actually Dr. Ginsberg, who's a special advisor to the Chancellor for the Student Affairs. So he's a very important role. So really, he's a great resource for USG, mentored me, and I think he's also a great, exceptional person who can really talk about the climate of our campus and supporting our students in these times that we're in. Another piece of it is I attend the Student Fee Advisory Committee, and then also I've been meeting a lot with the USG Executive Board so we can really carry out the functions of the undergraduate student government. I've been attending multiple events, but again, if you have any questions, come talk to me. I'm more than happy to have some conversations, and we're going to get you guys in your committees and start working on some initiatives throughout the academic year, which I'm particularly very excited about. But there is a unique opportunity, like I was referring to earlier, which is the International Student Career Month. I encourage you to share this. If you go to UIC Career on Instagram, repost this for our international students, especially I think right now, and international students getting jobs. This is a great chance to learn about this process. So please promote it to those networks that apply to that. There's also a registration link there as well. And Ryan Smith, who is an Associate Director of Career Services, asked me to share this with you all. If you know anyone interested in careers in entertainment with Second City Chicago, specifically entertainment industry, this is an opportunity to take a look and read my report. But throughout the term, if I get an email about specific events or such, I will include it specifically on this report. I won't normally read them during my report, but this will kind of be an opportunity for you to take a look. I encourage you to look there, just depending on the week. I'm excited about what's to come this year. Now, I do expect to see, hopefully, most of you on Wednesday, and it's going to be a really exciting academic year. I'm excited, guys, and I'm excited about the potential because we have a lot of work to do and we're going to get going. But does anyone have any questions? Yes?
Just for the Wednesday Meet the Athletes, I know there's multiple time slots. If we wanted to, like, if I put in the form I'm available for certain time slots, but I'm able to join, like, other ones later, is that fine, or do you need it in the form?
If you, essentially, whenever you want to volunteer and help us out, please put that in. Appreciate it as much as you can. That way, we'll send you guys an email. So please try to do that actually by tonight, so that tomorrow I can send you guys all an email with like, hey, please be here. This is what we're doing. This is what we kind of need from you. Please come to the USG office or meet at this location, so that we need help carrying things and kind of providing those instructions and such. Yeah.
For whatever reason, my phone is acting very strange and not letting me click anything. Would I be able to just reopen it?
Yeah, actually, I will post the link again in the Slack. So go ahead and just look at that link and I'll repost it right after I'm done talking. Yes.
I had that same issue. If you switch your browser, it should be able to work. I just switched to Google instead of Safari.
Okay, we'll try Google. If not, I'll also repost it so you can try it again. Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nathan, for the report. So now could I please have the report of the Vice President, who is not here? Nathan, can you read it, please? Sorry.
Oh,
The
Vice
last.
President report.
Yeah.
Yes, Vice President July is out of town, but she's also been in athletic focus meetings. She's participated in the Chancellor's Athletics Advisory Committee, the Sustainability Funding Advisory Committee. She's been attending events such as Career Fair and such. She's been meeting with student orgs and really listening to student org concerns and promoting their events and their invitations, and again, promoting the UIC, Meet the UIC Athletes event this Wednesday.
Okay, thank you. And then can I have the report of the treasurer?
Yeah, so on update side, started planning for Finger Fest, which we passed it over today, so we'll continue doing that, working with the Vice President over the next coming weeks. GBM caterings, hopefully we'll start that next week, if not the following week. As you can see in the report, there's a link to a Google form, please fill out that as soon as you can. Just a side note, all of the chicken that is in catering is halal. And if you are vegetarian, vegan, or have gluten allergies, please fill out the form, include anything that you need to. Planning and brainstorming further events, which include Flames Fest, Sales